Good day from Yarro Moto. If you're new here, my name is Paul and I'm out for a ride running in my new beast, the Triumph Tiger 1200 GT Pro. Right, let's stop for a moment or two and I'll just show you around the bike. Let's just take this off here for a moment. We'll perhaps use that one instead. It's got an ultra wide angle lens on here, so it might be a bit weird, but we'll give it a try anyway. Right, so as you can see, I've put a mount on here onto the screen for the GPS. This is a 3D printed mount, and if you're interested in that, if you haven't seen my socials, I've put a link to it on my Facebook page. But it's very good, very firm. Might even try it with a Touratech locking mount on there as well. So here we go. Then we've got the GoPro linked up to the USB port down here, so I've got a twin outlet on that. What other things we added? We've added a SW Motec foot stand here, give it a bit more purchase. I've put a new SW Motec ring on here to include my micro bag. The last ring from my Gen4 bike did not fit, unfortunately, and this is an Evo tank bag. If anybody needs this is an Evo tank bag. If anybody's got a Pro tank bag and needs a Pro tank ring for their Triumph, let me know, because I ordered that one in error in the first place. Great little road, this Windmill Road. Don't suppose you can see it on the GoPro, but right up there is a windmill, and I might show you as I'll go back up. I was just trying to find somewhere quiet to film, failing miserably, but it looks like a nice little road here actually. Fantastic scenery out here. Anyway, get back to the bike. So as you can see, I've used my old top box, so I just had to get another SW Motec mounting rack for here, and I'm yet to put on the SW Motec rails here to put on my side panniers as well. Worth a mention about this screen actually, it's not electrically powered like my Gen4 bike, and I think the screen is actually a bit smaller in size. It's amazingly aerodynamic for me anyway. At 5'11", seems to be absolutely ideal for me. I hardly get any noise off it at all. Haven't tried it on a long motorway journey yet, but hey, I've only done about 350 miles running this in. And this is the colour. I don't know if it comes out on film any better than in images, but you can see I've had it painted by ProLine Paint, who are near to Wellingborough, near to the dealership, and this is in the hopper red that was used by Triumph on their Speed Triple 1200 RR, so you might recognise that colour. It's a lot deeper red than the sort of pillar box red that's used on the 900 series. Nothing much else to add really. Quite a nice little noise off the exhaust. Got my Yarro Moto plate added onto here. Had the bars, extra bars added, and the upper bars, because this is important, because these areas here are about £500. If you damage one of those, it's easy to just nick the side of it if you fall over, so that was worth doing. And I've had a little extender put on there onto the mudguard to hopefully stop all the rubbish getting up over the exhausts, because they don't seem to last very well unless you look after them. Anyway, that's a quick run round. Anyway, let's get back on the bike and I'll give you an idea of what it sounds like if it comes across on this GoPro. See how we go. Plug you back in there, put the power back on. I've put a extra wide lens medium mod on here now, and it's got the horizon lock on it, so even though it's at a jaunty angle there, the image should come out nice and straight. seem to have lost my gloves on the last trip, so I had to go out yesterday and buy some new mediums. I've got some perforated gloves from Rucker, but these are the Virium Gore-Tex. They're sort of summer wear, but Gore-Tex. Really comfy. Well, they're just more or less the same look as my summer gloves, except that they're windproof and Gore-Tex. So I'm just giving a bit of a break in on this first ride today. I'm doing a bit of a loop, about a 70-mile loop, to sort of Caffeine and Machine and around. I'm not going to stop at Caffeine and Machine, but I'll loop that way because I found some nice roads last time I came out here, so I wanted to replicate those. Quite a nice little throb to it. Wasn't sure I'd like this T-plane crank, but actually the more I ride it, the more I'm getting to like it actually. I've got the screen at full height, don't know if it comes across on there, but the Zumo doesn't wobble around too much at all. Much better than the Evotech one I had on the Gen 3. That did wobble a bit worryingly, but it's never dropped out, so... Okay, so we'll just go up here. Don't know if you can see that windmill from there. Get back on route, which is a left turn here, hopefully. Just thought I'd show you, if you did miss the other one, this is Caffeine and Machine coming up on the left here. This is it here. Busy, busy. Wow, that's packed today. Oh my goodness. They charge you to get in there these days for a coffee, so I must be making an absolute fortune just from the car parking. So this is my loop that I've put together. I haven't been round this bit before, so let's see how this turns out. There's some wigglies on this route. Got to get the miles on this bike anyway to get it serviced, as about 5 weeks to go to my trip to the Dolomites, and then down into Croatia, then up to Slovenia, up to the capital, and then up to the capital of Austria in Vienna, and then back again. So there'll be it's about a 2-week trip. The main objective of the trip is 3 nights in Val Gardena to have a good go around the Dolomites, 2 nights in Croatia on the Croatian coast, 2 nights in the capital of Slovenia, and 2 nights in Vienna. Right, well, I think it's working. So we're in 3rd gear. I don't know if you can hear that properly, but it pulls. So what I was going to tell you about the bike, the one thing that's a little bit annoying and has been reported on the this model's Facebook pages is the heated grips are not as warm as the Gen 3, and in fact one is warmer than the other, which is even more, is that even more annoying? I don't know. But when I was out yesterday and it was only, I don't know, it's 12 degrees, something like that, I still had the grips on full on my entire ride. They don't get that hot that you know you have to turn it off. The heated seat's alright, not roasting, but it's but it is warm, and I'm sure that would help on a cold day. But yeah, the heated grips, not impressed by those at all. I hope they do an upgrade to those or something. I shall complain when I go in for my running in service. And the engine, once you get up here, well, I'm doing 4,000 on it. I can only really go up to, officially up to about 5,000 RPM at the moment with the mileage I've got on here. But it's pretty smooth at this rate. I'm not sure what it's like on the motorway, as I haven't tried it yet, as I may have said earlier. There's a bit of a tingle through the bars, or am I imagining it? I don't know. My hand got a little bit numb yesterday, but it could be because I haven't ridden in months. So I've done a lot of miles in the last few days getting acclimatised to this bike. But it does pull, I mean top, it pulls like it's in force on my previous bike. So it's definitely got more character, as they say. Screen's great. Still haven't quite worked out how to get to everything on it, but that's just me being a bit dim probably. Huge screen though, isn't it? Absolutely huge. There only seems to be two different colorations. You can have this reddish look, or there's a cobalt blue, I think it is called, the other one. Well, I think I prefer this one. Yeah, the paint scheme, let's go back to that for a moment. I really love that colour. I think it's come out really well. It's a bit of an indulgence, I know, but I think it was worth having. Yeah, so that's pulling in fifth. If I just open up it rapidly accelerates. I think it's going to be a weapon once it's properly run in. I'll do so. This is Bank Holiday Easter Sunday, so everybody and his dog's out for a ride today. Fuel consumption, I'm getting, well, the readout says it's doing 50 miles to the gallon. Like the auto blipper on the downshifts as well. Didn't get that line very well, did I? I'm still trying to tune into the handling of this because it does drop into the corners. Listen to that acceleration if you can. It really does wang up through the gears. Anyway, just thought I'd give you a quick little snippet as to my ownership so far, and no doubt once we get over 500 miles and I've had the service done and start wanging it a bit more, I can give you a bit more feedback to it. Right, I'll catch up with you a bit later, I think.